Good morning, first graders. We're now going to do our math lesson. We are going to be using a hundreds chart to aid us in adding and subtracting by tens. I'm going to read you a short story and you're going to think about the information I'm giving you and we'll write it down to help answer the question. A squirrel counts 50 acorns. She gathers 30 more acorns. Then she buries 60. How many acorns does the squirrel have now? All right, so we know to start off, the squirrel has 50. Now she gets 30 more. And it also says she buries 60. Okay, so this involves more is addition. We're adding more. After we add, we're going to then subtract because burying, she's putting them away. She doesn't have them anymore. So on your 100s chart, we're going to start by circling 50. That's what she's starting with. Now we have to add by tens 30 more. So we do 50. Now we're going to add 10, 20, 30. We stop at 80. So we just added 30. Now we're going to subtract the 60. So we're going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And circle your final answer. So now the squirrel has 20 acorns. All right, we're going to move on to our next page. Again, we're going to use the hundreds chart to add by tens. A in your books says, one class collects empty cans. On Monday, they collect 30. So you can underline that if it helps you keep track of the information. Monday, they collect 30 cans. On Tuesday, they collect 40. Now we need to figure out what the total amount of cans they collect. On your hundreds chart, you're going to start by circling 30 because that's what we're starting with. Now we have to add 40 more. Now we're going to do it by tens because that is going to be the fastest way. So we start here, we go 10, 20, 30, 40. And then you circle 70. So now we know they collected 70 cans total. We're going to use the number chart again for B. Another class wants to collect 50 bottles. The class has 20. So for this number chart, you're going to start off by collecting 20, or by circling 20, because they collected 20 to begin with. They want to collect 50. So we're starting with 20 and we need to get to 50. Now we need to figure out what they need to do to get 50. How many? So you are going to think, how can we get from 20 to 50? We can count by tens. We can go 10, 20, 30, and we stop when we get to 50. So in your books, you are going to write and explain how we got from 20 to 50 and how we know they need 30 more cans. On the next page, we'll start with number 1. It says use the 100s chart to solve these problems. I want you to think I can move up or down the rows to add or subtract by tens. So your first problem, we have 90 subtract 30. And you need to solve what that equals. So for subtraction, we start with the biggest number. So go ahead and circle 90. Now, we need to minus or subtract 30. So you're going to do 10 at a time. 10, 20, 30. Once you subtract 30, you stop and circle it. Your answer is going to be 60. Now let's try and solve B. What plus 20 equals 30? So even though this is an addition problem, the best way for us to solve it is with subtraction. So you're going to start by circling 30, our biggest number. And now we're going to take away 20 because we already know we added 20. 10, 20. And we're going to circle the last one we landed on, which is 10. So now we know if we add 10 to the 20, we get 30. C, we have 40 plus 40. I want you guys to go ahead and circle what number you think we're going to start on. You should have circled 40. Now we're going to add 40 more. So we're going to do 10, 20, 30, 40, and you circle your last number, which is 80. For D, we have 30 is equal to 80 minus what? So here, even though it, oh, sorry. 30 is equal to 80 minus what? So even though this is subtraction, we're going to solve it using addition. We're going to start with 30, and we know we need to get to 80. So we're going to add by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we added 50 to get 80. All right. Now we're going to move on to check your understanding. All right, we're starting with number 1. There are 20 fish in a tank. 50 more fish are put in the tank. How many fish are in the tank now? So we're starting with 20, so you're going to circle 20. Then they add 50 more. So what we're doing is we're solving for 20 plus 50. So let's add 50 more. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So our total, 20 plus 50, equals 70 fish total. The last two, addition and subtraction, I want you to do on your own, but to use the number chart. You have 50 plus what equals 80. And we also have equals 90 minus 20. You can go ahead and use the numbers chart in your book to circle and move up and down just like I did by tens. All right, we're going to move on to the last page of math for today. For this page, you are going to write an addition or subtraction equation to solve the number story. We'll start with number 4. Dan has 20 jars. He finds more jars. Now he has 60 jars. How many jars does Dan find? You can do this in a couple different ways. You can use your number chart. You can draw a picture if using tens and ones helps you, but we're going to need to write down the equation. So the total he has is 60. That's our largest number. So let's start with 60 and let's take away the 20. And now you are going to solve what 60 minus 20 is. I'm going to use the number chart because that's the easiest way for me, but you are welcome to solve your equation in a different way if it works for you. We are going to start with 60, and now we are going to minus the 20. 10, 20. And we will stop at 40. So our equation for number 4 is 60 minus 20 equals 40. Number 5. Rachel has 60 cups. Nate gives her 10 cups. How many cups does Rachel have now? All right, so this one we're starting with 60 to begin with. And Nate gives her 10 more. So we're doing 60 plus 10. So we know that if you add 10 to 60, that's 70. And our last equation, we have seeds form in flowers. Seeds grow into new plants. Trish has 70 flower seeds. She plants 30 seeds. How many seeds does she still need to plant? So this has a lot of information that is not important. What's important is this, is Trish has 70 flower seeds. She's already used 30. So we're going to start with she has 70 total. We know she used 30, so we're going to take those away. And now you're going to solve to find out how many she still hasn't planted. So I'm going to go ahead and use our number charts again. You are welcome to solve it another way if it's more comfortable for you. So we're going to start with 70. And we're going to take away 30. 10, 20, 30. So our answer for 70 minus 30 is 40. All right, thank you, first graders.